To begin our Sunrise Smart Start today, we are checking in on those who work and live along Monroe Avenue. They are still cleaning up the aftermath of Saturday's major water main break in the area, and crews are still working on it. We're told many lives have been uprooted as residents now face fronting the cost of the property damage from that major flooding, a sinkhole, and extensive sidewalk damage in the neighborhood. We spoke to some folks who tell street overnight, which has never been an issue until Sunday, when they realized that the aftermath of that flooding meant that their cars were undrivable and insurance does not cover the cost of the damages. We've also learned several 311 calls were made many times to report water bubbling out from street drains near where the burst pipe was.
And she called 311. Some people came and looked at it. And then she called 311 again because she was wondering what was going on, because they left and the water was still bubbling. And they were like, yeah, it's going to be fixed Monday. It sounded like they were thinking it was a small repair.
The city of Rochester has confirmed they received those calls between noon and 1 o'clock on Saturday, and the crews from the Water Bureau were on scene by 1:30. But then the pipe did burst later in the evening, and crews had to reroute the water and prevent that flooding from getting even worse. Happening today, the suspected shooter in the assassination of political activist and influencer Charlie Kirk. He will be arraigned in Utah this afternoon. Authorities believe it was 22-year-old Tyler Robinson who fatally shot Kirk during a speaking engagement last week. The FBI continues combing through the social media accounts that appear to belong to Robinson, those working to determine if anyone encouraged him or had prior knowledge of this shooting.
He had a text message exchange, he the suspect, with another individual, in which he claimed that he had an opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk.
Well, a spokesperson for Discord and two law enforcement sources confirmed to CBS News that an account that does appear to belong to the suspect claimed responsibility for the shooting on Discord, writing in part, quote, "It was me at UVU yesterday. I'm sorry for all of this." Discord has said it hasn't found any evidence that the suspect planned Kirk's assassination using the chat platform. To update you on our Sunrise traffic report, here a reminder again, as we mentioned at the top of this segment, Monroe Avenue between Avondale Park and Shepherd Street still closed with some major damage after the water main break. Do find yourself a detour. And it looks like the area around 390 and Scottsville Road has now been cleared, so good news there. And all our highways are moving along smoothly, particularly in the Greater Rock Sky camera pointed at 490 downtown. We're going inside the huddle now with a major injury update from Bills head coach Sean McDermott. Veteran linebacker Matt Milano did not practice in Monday's walkthrough as he's dealing with a pectoral injury. McDermott did not provide a timeline for Milano's return, and of course Bills, they've seen pectoral injuries before, and the extent of any injury makes a big difference, so we'll wait for an update there. As for the rest of the team, Ed Oliver is still not practicing after he had his ankle stepped on last week. Teron Johnson remains limited. Cam Lewis, newly added to that limited report, he's got a shoulder injury. Shaq Thompson also on the list of limited players. Good news, though, for rookie Jordan Hancock. He was seen practicing in full, and he's been inactive through those first two games with a shoulder injury. Luckily, he's doing better. New this morning, great news for our local startup scene, because two area companies are among just 20 finalists in the Grow New York competition, winning potentially $1 million in prize money to kickstart their good ideas. Ron Spitzer is with one of those innovators at Finger Foods Farm in Bloomfield, and she's got more on what's cooking. Ron.
Yeah, we need to know what's cooking, and it's soup. Spoiler alert. We're here with Sarah Cook-Fair, the co-founder here. Farm to freezer, what is that process looking like?
So farm to freezer, we harvest the vegetables either here or at neighborhood farms around the area. We ship them over to a processor we've partnered with over in Clinton, New York. We ship them from there the same day over to Sodus to freeze. We keep those vegetables frozen, and then we are small batch cooking those vegetables into soups over in Rochester, where we freeze those soups and then ship them out to the world.
And where can people find your soups?
We're in a number of different outlets. We're in Wegmans across the East Coast, Eastern Seaboard, and then locally we're over in Lori's Natural Foods. We're at Provisions in Rochester, and looking to expand that distribution more over the next couple months.
Yeah, looking to expand. $1 million, big prize money. What does that do for you guys?
That is game-changing for. We have this huge opportunity here that we are looking to capitalize, but we have been really, bootstrapping this, and that kind of money would enable us to capitalize on this opportunity to greatly expand our distribution, get into more markets, expand our manufacturing capacity, and ultimately, greatly increase the amount of produce we're buying. I mean, in this first year alone, we've already sourced more than 30,000 pounds of produce from New York farms. If we win $1 million, we're talking hundreds of thousands, if not millions of pounds of New York produce soups available around the country.
Yep, and also what the ingredients are, that you're supporting local. There's a lot that's great about supporting our local farms. For now, guys, back to you.
Yeah, Ron, that's going to make a lot of broccoli cheddar soup.
Yeah.
My goodness. And hey, soup weather right now, starting in the 40s.
This instant, yes. This afternoon, it's going to be barbecue weather.
Have you never had soup for breakfast?
I'd have to look back at the Rolodex. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Clear skies overhead. Temperatures climbing into the mid-70s this afternoon, above average. A few spots may be challenging 80 degrees. No chance for any rain. Clouds do increase overnight, and then mostly cloudy. How about that for tomorrow before cooler air by Friday?
And don't forget to check out the podcast with James and Brennan's Second Cup of Sunrise. It starts at 9 a.m. and it's there every weekday. So tune in on the Rochester First streaming app. Thank you for watching News 8 at Sunrise this morning. Have a great day. Your next update is in 30 minutes.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather. Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 on demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.